What's up, guys? Is Robson Hayashida here. We are live streaming on the internet, and this is the second time or third time. I think this is the third time that we're live. Today we are live from Brazil. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Before we even start, let me. How can I say? Let me see if I can notify most of our friends about this live event. So how do I do that? Just a second. Just a second, guys. It's this one, maybe. Oops. Oh, this one. Okay. So, okay. So let me just go to Facebook and see if I can show it to our friends on Facebook. I am live now. Please watch me and ask me questions on about trading. Okay, so let's post it to the public, and let me also post it on my Facebook page. So I sent to my personal Facebook page and also to my public Facebook page. I'm going to send it now. So, all right. What else can I? Let's also put it on my. Let's also put it on the Forex group both in Hong Kong and Brazil. So this is the one in Brazil, and I'm going to put it on the one in Hong Kong as well. So Hong Kong. All right. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you for you guys. Oh, I also have to put it on my phone. So okay, so let me write to my friends. I have a few groups on Facebook, so let's see if I can post it on WhatsApp. So, oops. Not this. How do I? Oh, okay. I'm learning how to do this. So, oh, cool. Okay, so I'm just sending a live broadcast. And write to my friends that I'm live on YouTube. So our friends can all know that we are on YouTube. And also, it's always my pleasure to be talking to you guys, especially today. It's a live event, and it's really enjoyable and really like how can I say? I have no words. Yeah, so let's start by answering a few questions that people asked me last week. And the first question I have from Jonathan from Texas, US. Jonathan asked me this question: how can I start trading if I only have 500 US dollars available? It's Jonathan. The first thing that I have to tell you is that I only started with 7 US dollars. It's not. It's not 100. It's not like 500. In your case, it's 500 US. You have much more money than I had when I first started. I just started with 7 US dollars, and people are like, "What can you do with 7 US dollars?" I bought one stock, just one single stock of a Japanese company. I'll not tell you the company I bought because that was uh, that was a big mistake. But anyways, I first started with just 7 US dollars. I bought one single stock of a company, and after that, I made a few more trades. I bought a few more companies, but the first trade, once again, it was just 7 US dollars. So if you have 500 US, you have a lot of more power, a lot of more buying power than I had when I first started, like 22 years ago, because I started in 1996. So you have a lot of money more than I had. And what can you do with 500 US dollars? If you have 500 US dollars, the best thing you can do is start. And it doesn't really matter if you make a few mistakes, but you have to start. You have to start. You have to buy a few stocks or Forex or anything, but you have to start trading. You have to start investing. And after you start, then a few months later, you're going to receive, well, if the stocks that you bought pay dividends, after a few months later, you're gonna start receiving dividends, and that's what is going to motivate you to buy more stocks or to continue to invest in other instruments. And that was what motivated me 22 years ago. So 22 years ago, I was still in high school, yeah, and I thought that I was really obsessed. I was really interested in trading, into investing, and what made me not give up was this feeling of receiving dividends. Was this feeling of after a few weeks or after a few months or even after a few weeks, actually, when I first started to see the stock price going up and then going down and going up and going down, I thought, oh, that's interesting. For a few stocks that I bought, the price went up, and for a few other stocks the price went down. And then I thought, oh, this is something that is really cool, and why not learning more about it? So I started to feel more like I wanted to know more about that, more about like how to invest properly, and more about how can I protect myself so that I'm not going to lose as much as my other friends. And oh, Evelyn's there. Hi, Evelyn. How's it going? So uh, I really thought, oh, how can I grow this? How can I grow this much money that I have that was teeny tiny money, was this tiny? How can I grow it so that it can be like huge? And one of the things that I really learned was after I started to receive dividends, I noticed that not only the stock grows in price, so not only the price of the stock grows up, but even if it goes down, I still have Dividends. Of course, the dividends will go down as well, as long as the price goes down, and the dividends will go down as well. But that's another story. The important story here that Jonathan, you have to learn is how to become motivated into trading, into investing, so that you can continue to trade and you can continue to learn how to invest day by day. So that one day, if you keep learning, you keep studying, you keep learning from your mistakes, because it's inevitable, right? If you start learning about something, you have to make mistakes. When you start learning how to ride a bike, and maybe after a few hours, a few minutes, you can ride a little bit, and then you get your first fall. You fall for the first time. You're going to fall off the bike. That's not a failure, but that's part of the process of learning something. So you have to fail. If you don't fail, you don't learn. If you don't fall off a bike, if you don't fall off a bicycle, you're not going to stand up again and try to ride it again, right? But some people may just give up. Well, most people will eventually learn how to ride a bike, which doesn't happen in trading. In trading, it doesn't happen like that. Most people will just give up. Most people actually will not even start, right? So if you get people across the street on the just randomly ask people on the street, do you want to learn how to trade? Are you interested into trading, investments? Most people will say, oh, that's too complicated, and most people will not even start. But among the people who started, did you know that 90% of those people will fail? That's true. So among, like, if you have like 100 people, 90 people, okay, 100 people started trading today. 90 people, so 90% of those 100 will fail within 90 days of trading, and they will lose 90% of their capital, or sometimes even more than that. So in trading, that's the difference, because in trading, people will fail and then they'll just give up. They'll not try to actually to go to a bookstore and buy a book, or to take a course, or just like get used to read the charts and learn on YouTube, or learn on the internet, or learn somewhere else how to trade properly. They'll just not do it. And a lot of people just jump into trading assuming that they're lucky, and they can predict what's going to happen, and that they can follow the news, and based on the news they can just say, okay, based on the news, and this company ABC or DEF, okay, so this company or XYZ, this company did very well, so the stock price will go up from tomorrow. Or this company did pretty badly, so the stock will go down. And we all know it's not about results, it's not about sales. Recently, we have the case of Tencent. Tencent is a Chinese company. They are the ones that produce the WeChat, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so they have they produce a lot of things, but one of the things, their famous apps, at least overseas, is WeChat. And so Tencent did dramatically well during these past few months, but even though their stock price went down, so it doesn't really matter. The company does very well, the price will go up. It doesn't mean like that. So even Tencent did very well, the price still went down. And people ask me, why shouldn't the stock price go according to the company's revenue, or the company's results, the company's performance? If the company's performance is going all the way up, shouldn't the stock price also go up? No, it doesn't mean that. And then people are like, so what does it mean then? So what does the stock price follow? If it doesn't follow the company's performance, if it doesn't follow the market itself, the software industry itself, what does it follow? So what happens is that the stock price follows the market of the price action. So it moves because of the participants of the market. So it moves because of the companies, of the markets, bulls and bears, and the relationship between the stock price when you get the stock, the price action, and the relationship between that and the market itself. So it moves according to what the market's doing. It doesn't move because the company is doing very well. It doesn't move because of the software industry is doing very well, because of this industry is doing very well, because of that industry is doing very well. It doesn't follow that. The market follows the market itself. The price follows the price itself. And that's one thing that's very difficult for most traders. And that's to understand. And that's why I don't really follow the news that much. Why? Because I know that Amazon doing very well doesn't mean that Amazon stock price is going up. Starbucks, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, any company doing very well, it doesn't necessarily mean the stock price will go up. So Tencent is a very good example of that. Tencent is doing very well. People expected price would go up. People bought it, and it went down, and a lot of people just screwed up. Right? A lot of people lost a lot of money. So don't assume that performance is equal to a soaring of stocks. Is equal to stock price going up. Don't assume that. On the other hand, there are a few companies that had reported bad results, lost money, but the stock price still went up. And people they don't understand. They're like, oh, how come, right? The company is doing pretty badly. How come the stock price still went up? Because, as I said, the price only follows the market price. So only follows the price itself. It doesn't follow if the company is doing badly. It doesn't necessarily mean the stock price will go down. It means sometimes, some other times it doesn't mean. And people are like, oh, but most of the time it means. And yes, but if you always think that most of the time it makes that kind of move, and that's when you're going to lose money, because you're assuming, okay, if this company is doing well, so the market price, the stock price will go up. So you're assuming something that's not always correct. So and why sometimes, let me give you another example, because a lot of times you assume, and Amazon is a very good example, because Amazon, if you anticipate that a lot of people anticipate that the results are going to the performance is going to be very good. So what happens is that a few days before the earnings announcement, what happens is a few days before the earnings announcement, the stock price is already going up. So on the actual day of the earnings announcement, price will go down. So even though Amazon is doing very well, so even though on the earnings announcement report, they say, oh, we did extremely well. But think, a few days before that, the stock price already made a rally, so went all the way up. So there is moment for a correction. So on the earnings announcement report day, if they say, "Oh, we did pretty well," but you already had a rally, you could expect a correction, or you could not. So it's not always the case. It's not always the case. Sometimes it corrects. Sometimes it doesn't correct all and keeps following the rally, goes all the way up. And I got a message. Sorry, I think this is Russian, and can't even read it. But I got a message in Russian, and yeah, maybe it looks like Russian. And sorry, I don't understand that. But thank you very much. Um, Another question that I got was actually this question was it was about Hong Kong. It was not about investments. It was not about trading. It was about Hong Kong. And there is a person that doesn't. I think she's a kind of doctor or something in Brazil, and I forgot her name, but I'd like to answer your question now. So her question was, being a doctor in Brazil, can she easily get a job in Hong Kong? And the thing is, I think because you're working in the field of medicine, so as long as I know, you have to apply for a license in Hong Kong to work as a doctor in Hong Kong. Your Brazilian license is not valid, and but you can take an exam and get a license, and after you get a license, yes, you can work as a doctor in Hong Kong. But sorry, I'm not from that field. I'm from the IT industry, so I really don't know much about it. So I'd like I suggest you that you look for information on the internet and look for universities like medicine, like medical schools in Hong Kong, and try to get information on how you can get that license. Yeah, so that's it, guys. It's my third live video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I see you guys on my next video. Bye.